Hello, dear friends, and welcome back to Dream Room. Take a quiet look at your outdoor space for a moment. Perhaps you have a small patio with only 2 chairs, a narrow backyard that feels difficult to arrange, a balcony crowded with mismatched pots, or a wide lawn that still seems strangely empty. Maybe you have saved old baskets, weathered wood, clay pots, glass jars, fallen branches, and leftover bricks because you believed they might become useful one day. If that sounds familiar, this video was made especially for you. A beautiful garden does not begin with an expensive landscape plan. It begins with noticing what you already have, understanding how you use the space, and making a few thoughtful changes that bring comfort, order, and personality. Whether you enjoy decorating a cozy bedroom, organizing a home office, refreshing a bathroom corner, or creating a peaceful place outdoors, the same principle applies. Small details can completely change how a space feels. Today, I will share more than 25 stunning garden decoration ideas for backyards, lawns, patios, balconies, and compact garden spaces. We will explore soft lighting, natural privacy screens, creative planters, peaceful water features, comfortable seating, reclaimed materials, and simple focal points that look beautiful without requiring heavy construction or complicated tools. Some ideas will help you save space. Others will reduce clutter, make gardening easier, or turn a forgotten corner into a place where you can enjoy morning coffee, read in the shade, watch the birds, or spend a quiet evening with family. Before buying anything, we will begin with the most important step, learning how to see your garden like a designer. Subscribe to Dream Room and join our community for more practical, affordable, and inspiring ideas for creating a home and garden that truly feel like your own. 1. Begin with a garden map, not a shopping list. Before you buy another planter, lantern, bench, or decorative sign, pause and walk slowly through your outdoor space. Professional garden design rarely begins in a store. It begins with observation. Stand at the back door and notice what you see first. Then sit in the chair you use most often. Look toward the fence, the lawn, the balcony railing, or that narrow corner beside the shed. Which area feels empty? Which place looks crowded? Where do you feel exposed to neighbors? And which comfortable corner already has the potential to become something special? This step is especially important if you have a small patio, a narrow backyard, limited storage, or a collection of pots and saved materials that have slowly gathered over the years. You may already own old baskets, bricks, jars, wooden crates, and pieces of weathered furniture. The challenge is not finding more objects. It is deciding where each object belongs. Try what I call the 3-view test. Study the garden from inside your home, from the entrance, and from your favorite seat. These are the views that matter most. Choose one area to become the main focal point, then allow the other decorations to support it rather than compete with it. Before moving anything heavy, use empty boxes, buckets, or lightweight chairs to test the layout. Leave clear walking paths and enough room to water plants comfortably without bending or reaching awkwardly. Finally, choose 2 or 3 colors and one main material, perhaps terracotta, natural wood, stone, or galvanized metal. Repeating them throughout the space will create calm and visual unity. Once your simple garden map is clear, even inexpensive decorations will begin to look intentional, balanced, and professionally arranged. 2. Turn old and natural materials into garden character. Once your garden map is clear, begin by looking at the materials you already have. Many of the most charming outdoor decorations are not found in expensive stores. They are often sitting in a shed, beside a fence, or waiting in a forgotten corner of the yard. An old tree stump can become a natural pedestal for a flower pot, a small bird feeding station, or a rustic side table beside your favorite chair. Fallen branches can be tied together to form a decorative trellis or a simple arch for climbing plants. Their irregular shapes add warmth and character that new manufactured materials often cannot provide. If you have leftover bricks, arrange them in a dry-laid border around herbs, flowers, or a small seating area. Because no mortar is required, the border can be adjusted whenever your garden changes. An old wooden ladder can also become a vertical display for lightweight pots, while wooden crates can be stacked into flexible shelves for plants, tools, and seasonal decorations. A discarded cable spool may work as a low garden table, and weathered baskets can hide ordinary plastic nursery pots. On a blank fence, a few straight branches tied with natural twine can create a simple wall display for dried flowers, hanging herbs, or small garden tools. These projects are especially useful for people who enjoy saving jars, baskets, wood, bricks, and familiar household objects rather than throwing them away. They bring personality to a patio, balcony, or narrow backyard without requiring heavy construction. Before using reclaimed materials, check every piece carefully. Remove exposed nails, smooth sharp edges, and avoid wood that is badly rotten or unstable. With a little care, ordinary objects can become decorations that feel natural, meaningful, and completely unique to your garden. 3. Build upward in balconies, patios, and narrow gardens. When floor space is limited, the most practical direction is upward. A vertical arrangement allows you to grow more plants, decorate bare walls, and create privacy without making a balcony, patio, or narrow backyard feel crowded. Begin with a sturdy pallet, trellis panel, or wire mesh fixed securely to a wall or fence. Attach lightweight pots at comfortable heights, placing trailing flowers near the top, so they can fall gently over the structure. Compact herbs, small foliage plants, and seasonal flowers can fill the lower levels. This creates a layered display while keeping the main walking area open. Window boxes are equally useful. They can be installed on balcony railings, deck edges, fences, shed walls, or beneath actual windows. Fill them with colorful annuals for decoration or herbs for practical use near the kitchen. Always make sure the containers are securely attached and have proper drainage. Hanging baskets should be grouped at different heights rather than placed in one straight row. This arrangement draws the eye upward and gives the space a softer, fuller appearance. Tiered plant stands can also raise smaller pots from the ground, making them easier to see, water, and maintain without repeated bending. For renters or anyone who enjoys changing the layout, place a vertical garden frame on locking casters. It can be moved for sunlight, privacy, cleaning, or seasonal rearrangement. Shallow wall pockets are another useful option where floor space is extremely limited. Keep the heaviest containers near the bottom, anchor every structure securely, and avoid placing plants beyond a comfortable watering height. By using walls, railings, and vertical supports carefully, even the smallest outdoor area can become organized, green, and visually generous. Why? Create small outdoor rooms for rest and daily rituals. After organizing the vertical space, the next step is to create a comfortable outdoor room where you can slow down and enjoy the garden. Even a narrow patio or modest balcony can become inviting when the furniture is arranged around a clear purpose. Begin with one overlooked corner. Add a comfortable chair, a small table, and 2 or 3 plants to create a peaceful place for morning coffee. If you enjoy reading outdoors, choose a shaded position beneath a tree, pergola, umbrella, or shade sail. The goal is not to fill the area with furniture, but to create one simple setting that feels protected and easy to use. A compact bistro table and 2 chairs can bring cafe-like charm to a small patio. Place the set where it does not block the door, garden path, or access to your plants. In spaces where every inch matters, a bench with integrated planter boxes combines seating and growing space within one organized structure. An outdoor storage bench is another practical choice. It offers a place to sit while keeping cushions, gardening gloves, watering tools, and small supplies hidden from view. A garden swing can create a relaxing focal point when attached to a secure support. In tighter spaces, a hammock chair may be more suitable than a full-length hammock. Instead of automatically pushing every chair against the house, position your favorite seat toward the most attractive view. Add a lightweight tray table that can be moved easily when you water plants or welcome guests. For greater comfort, choose supportive cushions, stable armrests, non-slip surfaces, and dependable shade. Keep pathways wide and unobstructed. A well-planned outdoor room should feel restful, safe, and ready for the quiet routines that make a garden truly meaningful. Save. Guide the eye with paths, borders, and garden focal points. Once a comfortable sitting area is established, the next step is to guide the eye through the garden. Paths, borders, and focal points help separate different areas while making the entire outdoor space feel connected and intentional. Begin with a simple stepping stone path linking the house to the seating area, flower beds, or garden shed. Natural stone, concrete pavers, and reclaimed bricks can all work beautifully. Where conditions allow, plant low-growing ground cover between the stones to soften the edges and create a more established appearance. Borders are equally important. Use leftover bricks, short logs, river stones, or compact herbs to define paths and planting beds. These materials create order without making the garden feel formal or heavily constructed. In a narrow yard, a gently curved border can also make the space appear wider and more inviting. Place one large decorative pot at the end of a path to create a clear destination. A weather-resistant mirror attached securely to a fence can reflect greenery and bring more light and depth to a small garden. Frame it with climbing plants so it blends naturally into the surroundings. One carefully positioned metal sculpture, wind spinner, or large natural stone can become a strong focal point. It should fill an awkward space or attract attention to a beautiful part of the garden rather than compete with nearby plants. For a simple central display, arrange one large planter with 3 smaller supporting objects on a circular area of gravel. Around a lawn, a softly curved discovery path can reveal hidden pots and one unexpected ornament. Remember, a few well-placed features usually look calmer and more valuable than many small decorations scattered without purpose. Licks. Add water without building a large pond. After paths and focal points have given the garden structure, water can add movement, reflection, and a peaceful sound. You do not need a large pond or complicated construction to enjoy these effects. Even a small patio, balcony, or narrow backyard can hold a simple water feature. A tabletop fountain is one of the easiest choices for a porch or compact seating area. Place it on a stable surface where the sound can be heard without splashing nearby cushions or walking paths. For a more natural appearance, create a bubbling rock feature with a concealed basin, a small pump, and several carefully arranged stones. A wide ceramic bowl can become a miniature water garden. Add suitable floating plants or a small solar fountain to create gentle movement. In spaces where the ground must remain clear, a compact wall fountain can be mounted securely on a fence or exterior wall. A basic bird bath can also become a beautiful focal point. Surround it with flowers, add a few flat landing stones, and position it where you can watch visiting birds from your favorite chair. For a modern garden, a narrow water rill or simple spillway can introduce clean lines without occupying a large area. Another quiet arrangement uses several shallow bowls placed at different heights. Their repeated shapes create visual rhythm, while pebbles, weathered pottery, and low ground cover can help disguise a simple reservoir. Keep every feature practical and safe. Clean the water regularly, refill it during hot weather, protect electrical connections, and avoid containers that are unnecessarily deep. Position the feature away from areas where splashing could make steps or paths slippery. With careful placement, even a small amount of water can make an ordinary garden feel calmer, cooler, and more complete. 7. Make the garden magical after sunset. When evening arrives, thoughtful lighting can completely change the way a garden feels. The goal is not to brighten every corner, but to create a few warm pools of light that make the space safer, calmer, and more inviting. Begin by draping warm white string lights above the main dining or seating area. Attach them securely between trees, posts, or pergola beams, keeping the arrangement simple rather than covering the entire garden. This creates a gentle ceiling of light that helps define the outdoor room. Along pathways, place solar lanterns at alternating heights. Their soft glow can guide visitors towards steps, seating areas, and garden features without making the landscape feel overly formal. Battery-powered fairy lights placed inside glass jars can also be hung from strong hooks or tree branches, creating small points of light among the plants. Lanterns are especially effective beside large planters, beneath benches, or inside an unused outdoor fireplace. Low lighting installed beneath deck edges or steps can improve visibility, while an uplight positioned behind ornamental grasses, a small tree, or a trellis can produce beautiful shadows. Rather than illuminating every plant, choose one feature tree, textured wall, or garden sculpture to highlight. Perforated metal lanterns can cast decorative patterns across paving and fences, adding interest without using bright colors. A portable fire bowl may become the center of a seating area where local rules and safe clearances allow. On balconies or compact patios, flame-free lanterns are the safer choice. Use warm, steady light for everyday comfort. Secure all cables, keep lanterns stable, and maintain enough clearance from fabrics, plants, and wood. With careful placement, an ordinary garden can feel peaceful and wonderfully intimate after sunset. Invite birds, butterflies, fragrance, and seasonal change. The final layer of garden decoration is not a manufactured object. It is life, movement, fragrance, and seasonal change. Birds visiting a feeder, butterflies moving between flowers, and grasses swaying in the breeze can make even a small outdoor space feel active and welcoming. Begin with a pollinator corner, planted with nectar-rich flowers and a shallow water source. Choose plants suited to your local conditions and place them where you can enjoy the activity without blocking paths or seating areas. A bee shelter may also be added in a protected and appropriate location. Near your favorite chair, grow fragrant herbs or flowering plants. Their scent becomes noticeable whenever you brush past them or sit outside. A decorative bird feeder can serve as a living focal point, while a bird bath with flat landing stones offers water and another opportunity to observe wildlife. For butterflies, combine suitable flowering plants, host plants, shallow water, and a few flat stones where they can rest. These natural elements bring color and movement without making the garden feel crowded. Seasonal containers can keep the space fresh throughout the year. Use spring bulbs and soft flowers, summer herbs and annuals, autumn grasses and warm foliage, then evergreens, branches, pine cones, and lanterns in winter. A compact herb spiral, built from reclaimed bricks or stones, adds both structure and useful planting space. You can also create a sensory planter that combines fragrance, texture, movement, and gentle sound. A small wind chime may complete the arrangement when placed away from bedrooms and close neighbors. When wildlife, plants, water, and changing seasons become part of the design, the garden feels less like a decorated area and more like a living outdoor room. Conclusion: repetition, restraint, comfort, and personal meaning. A beautiful garden is not created by buying the most decorations or filling every empty corner. It is created by choosing a few thoughtful ideas, placing them carefully, and allowing the space to reflect the way you truly live. Perhaps your outdoor area is only a narrow balcony, a modest patio, a small lawn, or a backyard that has slowly collected mismatched pots, old furniture, bricks, baskets, and tools. That does not mean it lacks potential. In fact, many of the most welcoming gardens begin with ordinary materials, a limited budget, and one forgotten corner waiting for attention. Start simply. Remove what no longer serves the space. Choose one focal point. Add one comfortable seat. Repeat one material or color in several places. And finish with soft evening light. You do not need to complete everything in one weekend. A garden becomes meaningful gradually, through small improvements and familiar daily routines. Your space should support the moments you enjoy most: morning coffee, reading in the shade, growing herbs near the kitchen, watching birds, caring for flowers, or sharing a peaceful evening with family. When every decoration has a purpose, even a small garden can feel calm, balanced, and complete. Now, I would love to hear from you. Do you have a balcony, patio, narrow backyard, open lawn, or larger garden? Which idea from today would you like to try first? Share your answer in the comments so our Dream Room community can learn from one another. Subscribe to Dream Room and turn on notifications for more practical, affordable, and inspiring ideas for decorating small spaces, organizing your home, and transforming ordinary gardens with natural materials and simple tools.